Good morning, everyone. It's Curt and Brad for the Natural Law Institute. It's Saturday, December 7th. This is a working session. We are trying to get Volume 1, Assistive Measurement, out the door. Good morning, Brad. How are you this morning?
Doing well, thank you.
Do you have coffee? I think I just saw you with a
I
cup of
did.
coffee.
I showed my
Which
flag,
mug have you got? You got the fancy one.
showing the colors and ready to begin work.
Okay. So you're a little off center. Have I told you that? You're a
It
little
is
off.
true. I saw that. I was like, okay, let's do
I
that.
mean, being off kilter, people expect that from both of us, but
Right,
we can at
right.
least be we can at least be on center in our.
Centered and off kilter is better than merely off kilter.
Right. All right. I just want to thank you, Thank you, Brad, for all you do. You're amazing, and this is a pleasure. Though what happened just a few minutes ago is I started to work without sharing my screen and wondering why Brad wasn't following. And usually he says, idiot, you're not sharing your screen, and I can't see. He may not use the word idiot. It's actually implied.
Oh my,
I hear it even if it's not said.
oh
But
my.
anyway, so we're going to talk about what we have left to finish the book here. So now that Brad can actually see what I'm doing, I'm going to share
No,
my.
you're not sharing yet.
No, wait! I'm going to actually share my screen. Oh my God!
Presaging it. There we go.
High floating meeting controls. Make the video bigger. There we go.
All right, now we're cooking.
Now you see an introduction. You say this highlighted bit here, which I'm going to
That's right.
highlight here, right? And so I just went through with Brad what I understood to be what's left in the book. There just needs to be a summary of chapter 10, which is the method. That's actually quite simple, and I should be able to do it myself. Um, but I'm afraid if I do that with Brad, I'll get hooked into the chapter, and then the context change will bury me for the morning, so I don't want to do it.
Right.
The chapter that needs the most work is the grammars. It's the one we moved into position last. Um, uh, there's a sort of natural disconnect between talking about what a grammar is and then the spectrum of grammars.
Right.
And so that's actually covered in two places. This is only to explain what a grammar is.
Hmm.
All right. We may decide it doesn't work that way. We,
Right.
we may decide that we need to put all the grammars up into this chapter. We won't know that until we're working with it and saying this does the job or not. I suspect that's what it's going to happen, but I don't like to make those decisions without Brad and I both come into agreement on it. We need to finish cleaning up chapter 2, measurement, which is what I suspect we're going to do today because we're close. I think we're quite close on it. It's, however, it's quite challenging. It's a challenging part. And then I went back to chapter 1 and I said, I feel like we need to make the argument, and I've had this discussion with Brad a couple times since then, is that I feel like we need to make the argument of why this work is important first. And so I wrote what I figure is I thought was originally was too lengthy, but it's probably not too lengthy. Um, part of the introduction, which explains the history of crises and our current crises of our age. I need to do that because I feel the need to do that because in giving my presentation in Texas, in what town were we in?
Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg, Texas. I felt I made the case better that the problem man generally faces in all questions, but certainly in questions of what we would call social science or what we would think of as morality, cooperation, morality, ethics, cooperation, ethics, morality, politics, and economics and strategy. That in that area, a system of measurement is even more important because it's much more complicated. it's an interesting question, because if you look at the subatomic world, for example, or you look at the other direction at the astrophysical world, you're looking at two different, the very small and the very large. Or even if you go down to biology, right, when we first identify the cell and microorganisms, you'd think that those things would be more complicated because we can't see them, but that's not actually true. There's more determinism at the other ends of the spectrum than there is in the middle. And so we tend to look at this as a line when we should probably look at it like everything else as a triangle, where there's the very small, the very large, and the very complex. And what that means is that sentience, right, covers is the top point of the axis of complexity. And because we produce so much complexity, because we're so less deterministic than the very small or the very large. So I felt I had to add that section to the beginning of it and make the case why we need this work, and make it be less purely an academic work and more of the solution to a problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Right?
I like that.
Right. We know we have to work on the glossary. It keeps saying do it chapter by chapter. I don't know about that. I feel like it needs to be a place you can go to afterwards. It wouldn't bother me to organize it by chapter, but I think that it's not as helpful as having it just be an index that you can go
Place, right?
A single place to find. Because I started doing this, I thought, well, should we put the prompts in there to help it, to explain how to use it with AIs? While the AIs are much better, and they seem to think it's better with writing, especially the new one that got released yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't remember.
Okay.
The new one from OpenAI, it's actually not that much better. So the argument of diminishing returns is probably false, but it's more of a power law problem, is that the first 80% was a lot easier than the last 20% and so on, right? So fine tuning this thing is turning out to be harder, because once you're going into reasoning, which is what they're really trying to solve now, the architecture becomes more complicated, and the put out a new version. Excuse me. There's the interface I work with. There's the developer interface, and now they have put out a new version that's $200 a month. That gives you even more think time. All right, gives you more think. And so I have been reluctant to work with the developer version, because I know what will happen to my time if I do that, and I'm more focused on getting the book done. I don't want to get distracted by that right away. So, but my goal would be to put the prompts in there to.
Was it interesting, because our last conversation we had with ChatGPT, it suggested patterns by which we could allow users to interface with the memories that the ChatGPT has related to this book.
Right.
So it wouldn't require the prompts to be in there. The prompts would be pre-existing, and people would gain access to it if we did it.
Right. Right. Again, as we can demonstrate, please give me a summary of the work of philosopher. There's actually another Curt Doolittle now who's in baseball.
No kidding.
Yes. So if you ask it, it seems to know quite a bit.
Yeah.
All right. It's finally got that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just assume that at some point it'll just be part of all the AIs. So maybe it's not that big a deal. All right. All right. I don't want to distract from too long. My point here is that we could do the prompts, we could do final spelling, grammar, and formatting check, and then we have to find the editor, which I don't think is going to take more than a week or so.
Right.
Because we have so many connections. In any event, so that's what we got to do in order to finish this book. All right. Today, I am watching Brad. Brad, how many patients do you see this morning already?
22.
22. So I'm going to try to avoid going on rants today that make you fall asleep.
Okay, good luck.
So what I did want to say is that, do you want to pull this document up on your screen so that you,
Okay.
so do you want to do
Yeah,
that?
I'm working on it. Hang on. I think I have it open. Just have to figure out where it is.
You know, we got you into multiple monitors and everything now. I mean,
We've got all kind of things happening. It's so exciting. Oh my life is too exciting. It's just so many little things tugging at my shirt sleeves. Send me another link. I think that will be useful. Since it appears to have got lost into the ground clutter from all these different agencies that I'm interfacing with.
the fact that you can keep track of, even vaguely keep track of them is
I wait for them to command me and then I respond.
Oh, I see. It's like an interrupt. Instead, no point in organizing it, just run it by as an interrupt.
It's not proactive at all. It's really reactive and it's awful. Send me on the signal feed the link. I think you sent
Watch this. No, watch this. No hands. Look. I just sent it.
Wait. There it is. I have it.
No hands. I did it without even touching the
I have the
keyboard.
link from last time. Okay, now I'm on what page are you on? 66? Okay.
All right. So I have this page 6. I have this here so that you don't have to see me scrolling, and you can read whatever you want at whatever. Right. So
Yes,
does this make sense?
I understand.
But you can also edit like that document. You can actually type on it if you want. If
Yeah, I see that, and I will avoid doing that.
you will.
Unless it becomes necessary, Curt.
Well, I don't, okay, I won't, there's too many places to go there.
Yes.
All right, let me see what we've got here. So I had to correct that. That's fine. What was before? Let's see if we can find that. No, I can type it, but it doesn't. If it doesn't go in there, it doesn't help me. Now it's frozen. Thank you. That didn't help at all. I'm gonna have to wait a second. See if this works, or if I'm going to have to just refresh it. I think I'm going to do the better part of valor.
That's wise.
There we go. So let's see if we can do a search now. Not there.
What?
Transitioning to systemization. I know I did that. I did meaning. I know I worked on meaning. Did we
Yeah.
work on, did you work on that with me or no?
Yes, I did. That was good.
From dimensional analysis to systemization, right? Da, da, da. Indices. I don't know what's, this is a paradigm. That's wrong. It was all right. That is one thing was wrong. So this is the problem. Dimension index points, all right? So I've got that.
Okay.
Dimensions index points. All right, I asked it that question. It gave me the answer. Great. I had to tell it to what had to correct it a few times, so we got there.
Okay.
I was too far along then. Boy, it is hard to walk away and come back.
Yes.
This is correct. This is correct. I'm working on that. Oh, okay. Well, we did better than I thought we did. What is a framework? What is a paradigm? Now, this is good work, dude. Okay, this is where we were.
Okay. Hmm.
This is right. Okay, we did bring this over. Okay. This is correct. This was correct. I felt like, why am I not seeing? Did I do it here? That's grammars. Language is a system of measurement. Accounting system. No, it's not. Okay. This is where I'm working. Okay, this is this part. Oh my God, it's you forget when you're working on this how deep in the weeds you go.
Yeah.
And you come back and you're like, wow, that was deep weeds. Holy shit, Brad, I think we did it. We're farther along than we must be way farther along than I remember then. Okay, we haven't formatted this.
Okay.
Fuck, this is beautiful. Did we really do this?
Yes.
Oh, that's really good. Screwed up, Brad. We screwed up something. It's so much, when we're doing it, all I do see is the faults.
Say that again?
When we're writing it, all I see is the faults.
Oh.
To succeed through repetition does work.
Oh, you missed a couple there. Yep.
Oh, it's clearly been answered. I don't remember us working on this together. I mean, did I do this at Brandon's? This could be this is in a goofy place here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we do good work.
Wonderful.
Sorry, Brad, I didn't think this would be so dull.
Huh. Uh-oh. All is okay, as long as it gets done.
or nouns. I feel like I've already gone over that, but it doesn't hurt. Intersubjectivity.
We definitely had a section before that.
Yeah. It's just trying to answer a different question here. I'm wondering. I think it's the chapter's too long. Why is that?
I don't know. That word is misspelled vocabulary. Thank you.
Seriously. Good.
Calls for more of the same, with a high of 51 degrees and a low of 41 degrees.
Thank you.
Oh, this is way too heavy for one chapter. What's going on here?
What's that?
I've got some weird thing going on here.
Oh,
Well, God damn it. Magic buttons. Where is it? 9754. Chapter summary.
yeah, what page?
All right.
112. That is a hard chapter.
That's $52 to $112. Parentheses. I haven't got all this space here. That's correct. I don't know, man. That's the topic, though. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to break it up. Just one construction after another.
Right.
That's a long chapter, though, Brad.
Right.
You're not gonna. I'm not gonna be able to prompt you for any wisdom here. Fuck, your narrative arc, where was that? I don't know, Brad. If we finish that introduction there, we're done with this chapter.
Okay.
Language. I did most of my work in this transition. Our work, we did most of our work.
Right.
We did this, right? Right. Okay, this is what I asked it for advice on. I'm gonna drive you nuts if I try to work on this. I'm gonna go make sure, I'm gonna go test this.
What?
Dimensionality and language. This is actually what we're doing right here. It's all really good. Did I answer these questions? Okay. I'm afraid if I go do this with you, it will make you fall asleep on me. So what do we have? We have measurement. We have a systems of measurement. We have language, indices, which is really language, and then cognition, and representation, then utility.
Wow. Okay.
I think I should,
I think you could break those out.
you think so?
It's like, because look, it's like if you look at the bit of measurement and then language, then cognition. They're the section measurement goes from 52 to language 52 to 68, 16 pages, okay?
Okay.
You can consider breaking them into little chapters, you know what I mean? Because when I read a book, I'm like this. I really like to get done with the chapter, but I don't want to get bogged in a chapter either. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think a 60-page mega chapter is just rough on the old brain.
It's worse than that, right? It's from, what did we say the first one was?
52
52 to 110. No, you're right. You were right. You're right. You're right. Is it really that bad? I don't know. It just seems to me that it's just it's just relentless.
right. At this point, though, it becomes is this the best method of presentation? Is all we are? It's just plating it.
I'm tracking. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Which could be language as a measurement, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, but every one of these I fix now is one we don't have to fix later.
That's right.
Dimensionitesimal. I love that word.
Uh-huh.
So this is indexes. Yeah, that's just it's okay. Implication.
Okay.
But it's okay, me.
You just moved it. It was okay.
It's just beautiful gems all over the place in this thing.
Yeah.
We could turn it into sections, but I just
It's a consideration. It's not a strong recommendation.
I don't know. I have to read it as a single pass through. I just don't know how to break it up.
Right?
Yeah.
That's all right.
I need this from you. Which word? It's like 2 sessions
Yes.
ago.
Don't remember where the arc is to be found. We were working on measurement, so it would have been. Good Lord, you didn't write it down? Make a
I'm sorry.
note somewhere else?
That
You
was
did make a note. You made a note on another thing.
Did I?
You did. You noted a timestamp, and I don't remember where. I saw you write it down. You made a timestamp, and I don't know if that was the one you did it on.
I usually would do it here. I wonder if I can have it search.
You looking?
I'm thinking I'm gonna go, I'm gonna pull up.
Jason the ephemera.
Today.
Oh, look at that.
I bet it's one of those two. It was so good, Brad.
I recall, but I don't remember the detail.
Transcripts here somewhere.
Ooh,
Search. Ooh.
look at that.
I would have to know what to search for.
Look for Brad's arc. You said it as that. You wrote it as that. Narrative arc, yeah. Close. ARC. Oh.
Well, I'm just gonna do something I think is pretty easy here. Give me a second. Where are you?
Let's see if I wrote it down somewhere.
Brad's arc. Not done yet. Brad,
Morning, Curt.
I have a reason we've been talking about.
Not even showing mine.
The point where you just said it, I don't remember where, seems to me it was fairly early on. Looks a little too old. No, it's got to be the next one. Oh,
I'll try to do a better job taking notes.
one 1.27 gigabytes. That's gonna help me. Well, first, I thought this thing did transcripts for us. Doesn't seem to do it.
That's it.
But I don't see any transcripts.
Click on transcripts.
It's not making transcripts. Oh, how did I screw that up?
Oh,
All right, that's some damn thing. There's like a million settings in this thing, so. It's almost done downloading.
oh my.
And I'm sorry if we're taking time, but I like to do this because it means we'll be done with this chapter.
I understand.
Or we're done you and me on this chapter. There's, if you saw that, you see this. There's some recommendations here in one of these three, right? There's some, it says, here's what I would advise. So some improvements that would like, they're recommended. So I'd like to go through those.
Sure. There you are.
Hello, Curt. Holding my cup away from the.
Aren't you charming all the time?
Terrible sound of my sound quality. Not to mention that dirty coffee cup.
Can't do it in this one. Give me a second. Give me a second. Open with, you'll see. Oh. There you are being cute again.
Yeah.
I remember you kicking off the arc. I just can't remember where it happened. I'm going to see in a second because we're going to see that, see, it's not there. So
Right.
it has to be after this point. No,
That's
it
it.
is there. It is there. So it's before that point.
Little bit.
Oh,
Looks like
that's,
you just typed it in.
did I?
Look backwards. Can you back it up?
Hold on.
That's
You
it.
found it. You're so smart.
I saw you type it in.
Not just another pretty face.
Thank God.
Today, as you've been. And
This is the opening monologue where I try to make fun of you and it doesn't work. And you put up with my bullshit.
I have to let you try, Curt.
We've made some progress. And I have to do with
That could be problematic. That's fine.
Where do you start ranting? Where do you start doing it?
As a group,
So we build these layers up. And that's where it's sort of like the equivalent of doing the neurons when we did neural.
that's right.
Right, you see what's actually, you see the plumbing, so to speak.
Right.
Right. What's going on.
Right, and it's like I think that if we present it in that fashion, tell the reader that we're presenting it in a fashion that makes you understand how the mind processes information. And then the linguistic part is how we process that information as a group together. And that's the purpose of language.
Yeah.
And where we're finding the use of language is the intentionality of this as a system of measurement for the purposes that we have outlined in the book.
Mm.
And that makes it so that it's real clean for the reader. It's like, oh, this is how I process information.
Yeah.
This is how we process information. And here's the potential of how we could process information if we were doing it with operationality in mind.
Right.
Perfect.
I think that was it, right?
I think so.
And I'm signing into this Google. I'm follow Curt Doolittle. Okay, I don't know what this is. Cool. If we present it in that fashion,
So you build this how our brain uses spectrum of measurements. And then,
I'm gonna start with whatever intro I gave.
but once we get down into chapter 2, you know, we're building up this process of sensation, you know, sensation nervous system and then to the systemization of spectrum. And then we build it up into this system where we talk about indices, systems, and measurement framework paradigm. And finally, we move it over into finally we start bringing in words and naming in words. So we're building this layer by layer, and then we get to cognition and how our brain when you read those 3 words together really fast, for some reason my mouth wants to read the next word after and then we have where is it? Representation, and then so we have language, cognition, representation, utility. All right, so we build these layers, right? Which is the way that it's actually processed in the mind.
Right.
So we build these layers up. And that's where it's sort of like the equivalent of doing the neurons when we do neural.
that's right.
Right, you see what's actually, you see the plumbing, so to speak.
Right.
What's going on.
Right, and it's like I think that if we present it in the fashion, that's tell the reader that we're presenting it in a fashion that makes you understand how the mind processes information. And then the linguistic part is how we process that information as a group together, and that's the purpose of language. And when we're saying the use of language is the intentionality of this as a system of measurement for the purposes that we've outlined in the book. And I mentioned so that it's real clean for the reader. It's like, oh, this is how I process information. This is how we process information. And here's the potential of how we could process information if we were doing it with operationality in mind.
All right. Does this require? Okay, so let me ask you a question now.
I'm good.
Or did I lose? Did I lose you?
I'm here. I'm here.
Gotta find you now. Where are you, Brad? Oh, Brad, there we are.
Over here.
Um.
Go ahead.
Well, your synthesis at the end, your explanation is great. And so there's actually two parts. There's one where I'm saying this is what we're covering, and then you're saying this is what you want to get out of it. Do I have to talk about my part at all, or do we just talk about what the part you said, which is how the mind processes information, how the linguistic part does? And I mean, I want to know how to provide that in a narrative form here. Does that make sense? How do we write that here? Like if I said, here's what we're going to present you with, this sequence, all right? The purpose of this sequence is to explain how the mind processes information, how we use language to process information as a group, and how we may process information the more developed our system of information is. There's some narrative there that you had in mind that I would like to recreate because it is close to your words as possible. And I don't know if I have to do that introductory part I did, which is here's what you're going to understand. And then summarize it with what they should get out of what's the promise of the chapter. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it's like the issue is, in my mind, it has to do with meaning, okay?
Yeah.
And so, how does the mind discover meaning? Or does a mind discover meaning? How does a mind convey that meaning to other minds?
Yeah.
And then how can we as a group, or how we as a group can potentially improve the transmission of meaning in an unambiguous manner between each other, right?
Yeah.
That's the answer. That's what this chapter answers. Is that accurately representative of what's in the chapter?
Yes. I think that we need to just say we're going to cover this sequence.
Okay.
I don't know if we need to. I don't know, Brad. I think it helps if there's because it's so much.
But what does it help?
Just giving them an outline. Basic vocabulary. I'm just going to write it down, see if it makes any sense. Neuroscience, the nervous system. Okay, that's what we do. Dimensional analysis. No. Subjective and intersubjective.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's what we cover. Does that actually help anything? So if I said, what is, the outline of this chapter is, I don't see why this is valuable. Can you give me your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think it adds too much. Because all we're doing here is, we're doing all that.
But all it means is this. Where's that?
There's that. I think that you make it a plain, simple text. That is that arc. That tells what's going to happen here. Because it gets into the details in a prolonged fashion later, right?
All right. This is the promise right here.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna do it this way. File. What is this? This is page 52. To 113.
Yeah.
Hello. Nice.
But
It hung on me again.
yeah.
So file, print. It's gonna hang again. Just down. I have to download it. I hate all these magic apps.
Yeah.
There we go. What do we say? 52?
Yeah. To 113.
What's going on there?
Oh, it has the page numbers goofy. There are some non-numbered pages apparently in the beginning.
Right. Let's not do it this way. Let's
It
do
goes to it's on page 60.
download. Give me a second. I'll just download it and do it in Word. What's happened?
It's 60 to 121.
Oh, this is all fucked up. It's all fucked up.
Oh my.
This one will let me do page numbers. So 52 to, what'd you say?
113.
What a mess. What's going on here? Something's not right. What's going on? Whatever it was over. 113. Forgot though, 52 to 113.
Yep.
Damn it.
You want to retitle it?
Book files. $35A. That's fucked up. Okay. Which one of these do I want to screw up? This one. All right. Getting lost here with the sauce. I don't want this anymore, right? This one's the one that's not fucked up. All right, so then I want to go. Where's the there it is. So in the beginning of the chapter. Fuck, where is it?
So,
Sections. Or notes. Attached is a PDF of the chapter in its current state. The following paragraphs are notes to help us address the these help us remember what we might want to include in the introduction. particular, we feel that the point we want to get across the promise to the reader for the chapter is the paragraph of parentheticals begins with Brad's narrative arc. Can you suggest an introduction that bet it's going to suck.
We'll see.
No, Brad looks pretty goddamn good, but I'm gonna defer to the Brad judgment on this.
It's on. I read it briefly and not incompletely, so it looked pretty good to me too.
Can you give it a review? Can you give it because this is an important chapter.
Yes, I've done that part. Okay.
Really love this this paragraph.
Yes. That's good.
I like it.
That's perfect.
This is great.
It's interesting. It's a unique framing of it, of language as measurement.
Mhm.
That's the unique value proposition. Don't think you need that sentence.
Well, you know, Brad, it can convert Brad into language, but it can actually convert Brad into prose. I love this. I just love that.
Yes.
I don't think this is necessary.
Which one? Oh, that one?
Tell me if it's might be just might be there. Could go. No, it's too hard. It's too early and too hard.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Good.
You gotta capture those Brad witticisms, you know.
Be quick.
You gotta do it. And it helps if you write down the time.
Yes, that will be more.
Time.
It's just remarkably more efficient.
All right, I'm gonna go through this. Is even if it bothers you, I'm gonna say I think this is baked. I'm gonna do it this way. So I bet it happened again. It did.
Hung up.
God damn it. Yeah, this is what I gotta go over later. I don't think I need to do that with you.
Okay.
Fuck, why is that so far apart?
You said that last time. So it's time to fix it.
I don't understand. I have to, I'll go and just do manually in our last formatting sense.
Hmm.
I mean, this is, I don't understand why this isn't right. It's good. Okay. This is where. Do we just break out from cognition onward? Um, and we need to give this to someone to read. That was a professional.
That's okay.
Good dude. All right. So the only thing left is for me to do something that's unfair to you. Not that I have been fair to you so far in this kind of fucking conversation. But I think that's it. I think that's, I mean, we've gone through it now a number of times today, at least 3 times. And I'm like, yeah, this is right. Okay. So I'm going to ask it another question. Okay, let's just go back.
Okay.
Let's go back. Excellent. Now, can you Now, as far as I know, the chapter makes its points. In the past, I've asked you for recommendations. And I've tried to incorporate them, but of course, that's a recursive process of recursive refinement. So given the let's ask you something really interesting after this, okay? How would you
Okay.
how would you explain explain this chapter to a senior in high school?
Okay. Oh,
Actually, let's just do it this way. Where's 35A. Book files, folio 35A. 35A. Oh, it's because it's a PDF.
yes.
Open with Microsoft Word. So now we will file print.
Whoa.
Oh, what happened? Print all. File. Print.
That's it. PDF.
Keep forgetting this. This is a feature.
Yeah.
Okay, so I should have B now. I should have B. And I should be able to drag that in there.
Huh.
I don't know if this is any of this is valuable. It's the constant feedback is always the same. Give examples.
Yes.
That's a good advice. I would like you to. Hmm. Yeah, I think that this would be a better. I want to get rid of this because I'm having too many. I don't need you. Let's see. Jesus, Brad,
What?
all the complexity shit we got going on here. So I can see this being valuable. Here. Yeah, at the end, chapter summary. So it says it likes this conclusion better. God, I hate this verbiage. No, I don't like this at all. I'll have to do that again. All right. Let's ask it another question. All right. All right. I think it's sure. Sure. I lost Brad again.
I'm here.
I can't, that's not my domain.
Okay.
That would be difficult for me. All right, secondly, if the most common feedback we receive without exception
Okay.
is that we need to provide examples. This is received from our audience without exception is that we need to provide examples. This is also feedback. Provide. Do you feel competent to help produce examples that are not so reductio, that are meaningful, not reductio, meaning so too simple. Let's just start. How would you start with? Just start at the beginning. This chapter, find the first place you think would benefit from an example and try. Okay. Hey, can you do that? Okay. And you do that with natural and ordinal measurements so that we can emphasize cardinal Much better.
Yes.
I'm gonna call this chapter done, boss,
Okay.
except for examples. I don't think we need any more.
So I would do standard formatting for how the examples are presented. Then
Okay.
so that all the examples look the same in their formatting.
Okay.
To make it so that the reader can go, oh, that's the example. That sounds obvious, doesn't it?
Well, you know, we could just put them in different text styles, right? A text style, or we could do them as, you know, in a between two
Boxy.
lines.
A little boxy looking thing.
Box things, yeah.
Yeah, just indented or something, you know, I don't know.
All right, so I want to do this as a strike through. Can I do that? Format,
Okay.
text, strike through. Right. I think if we do that, that's what gets us across the line.
Okay.
I think that's probably what gets us across the line. I'm worried that it'll double the size of the fucking book. That's what I don't want.
It won't double it.
All right.
It might double it. Might. No, it's no guarantee.
All right. Let's do the summary for chapter 10, the method next,
Okay.
because it doesn't feel like a jump to me, whereas both of these are a bit of an effort.
Okay.
This is going to be very Brad centric. This first this redoing, that's going to require a lot of you.
Okay.
I don't know about the grammars. I think it's going to require our collaboration. Fixing what we just fixed was a lot of me, unfortunately, and I apologize, though. Thank you for adding the adding the introduction there, which certainly made it make sense. So my suggestion is we take chapter 10 here and we export it. I haven't changed anything, right? So can I go do this already? Where the hell are you? Let's go to and this is page 300.
I'm on, where are you at?
To 385.
You're on the beginning of methods?
Give me 1 second, boss. Yes, 300 to Oh shit, I forgot what 385.
Yeah,
It's 385. I forgot the first one. 300 to 385.
okay. You want to put it in the, yeah.
Start a new one. Not that for grammar. I'm going to start another one.
Okay.
I understand. Am I correct?
Oh,
Oh, am I? Fuck. No, let's go back. Let's try. What the fuck? We might as well give it a shot. Here is chapter 10
okay.
of the book we are working on. Not good.
But
Give me a second. Yes, please.
Oh my.
That's fine. Isn't that lovely?
Hmm.
I posted this all on Twitter, didn't I?
Yes.
Wow, that made my life a lot easier.
Yes.
All right. Here is the current, all right. All right. The current book we are writing, I am writing with my partner in crime. Mm,
Huh. You see what it said there? It said thought about memory and continuity in dialogue for a second. Just so you know, I thought about it.
What I like about this model is it tells you what it's doing, so this ought to be interesting. Attached, find a copy of a PDF.
Okay.
And the method.
What do you want it to do?
How's that, Brad?
Right?
But does that meet your approval?
Absolutely. Updating memory.
You can't do a file,
I was updating my memory.
upload from computer.
Weird.
Holy fuck.
Oh boy, what's it doing?
Can't,
Did you hit the file button?
yeah, file. Upload from computer.
Uh,
Go to this. Don't do it. Am I correct in that you cannot receive? Okay, I'll try. Okay, but it's a lot of pages. No, I need you for nitwit. Okay, you're fucked. Go by. Okay. Did I just fuck up?
I don't know.
I just did. Can't give it. Can only do one thing at a time. Don't ask me to do two things at once. I need more coffee, Brad.
Yeah. You might want to stop recording to get it.
Let's do that, and we'll come back. Holy shit. We'll come back in a moment.
Okay.
How do we pause?
Hmm.
That only paused the screen sharing. That didn't. You know, I've gone
Still
and
sharing.
what?
Still sharing.
Pause recording. Where are you? Da 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 da. Doesn't allow me to do it there. What here? Can I do it here? Pause recording. Pause. Brad, you know what? I forgot to hit record. I forgot to hit record, and we finished. What did we finish? We finished it, and we finished summary of chapter 10. I forgot to hit record.
My apologies for sleeping on the switch myself.
I'm sorry. It's just such a dumb thing to do frequently. So we got down to where we finished the chapter 10. We finished chapter 2 measurement. I just went over with Brad the work we need to do on chapter 1. He's a little tired right now, so I probably worn him out, but I got what I got from him was that no, the chapter 1 setup looks really good. So I think we'll work on that because that's probably more interesting, fun tomorrow.
Okay.
And the grammars, I'll either I can't probably work on them this week because I have to get that legal stuff off this week, but we can work on that next weekend. And once we've done that, which we'll definitely finish that next weekend, it's just this, right? It's really go through and make examples that we need as we need them. Work on, clean up the glossary and give it a spelling and grammar check. So, I mean, we're in the last stretch here.
Home stretch.
We're in the home stretch. I might have you manage the document tomorrow, and I'll just do writing. Maybe not even that. I'll make you do the copy pasting. I'll see if that keeps you going.
Oh my.
I'm gonna mess with you. All right. So it's Curt and Brad for the Natural Law Institute. This has been a working session on Saturday, December 7th, 2024. We've been working on closing down chapter 10, the method, and chapter 2, measurement, and we're in the home stretch here towards getting done. You weren't too far off, actually. I mean, it was an extra, take us maybe one more week than we thought to get done.
No, I'm sorry for having allowing the audience to miss the second cup of coffee.
Oh, well, it wasn't that long. We still got 3 hours, 3 hours in there. So it's 7, 8, 9,
Yep,
10.
yep,
We didn't miss that much.
But it is their opportunity now. They can hit the subscribe, the like, and the notification bell, and then they can leave their comments and say what they think about that missing segment.
Oh, they'll give us shit no matter what we do, because that's like we invite it.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like on purpose, even. You know what I mean? It's a bait and switch. Come on, boys.
All right, I'll upload these things because I'm behind by a few now, so I'll upload them. It was fun to go back over and find that from the past one. That was pretty interesting. All right, brother. I'm gonna say thanks for everyone. Please do your like, subscribe, leave comments, tell Brad he's handsome, and we'll see you tomorrow.